Hi, grade 11s. We are going to rationalize the denominator. So rationalizing the denominator means I don't want a third in the denominator. So can you see here? There's the denominator and there's a root. So we want to get rid of that, eh? So I'm going to show you how to do it. So if you have a square root in the denominator, you're going to just multiply by 1 once. We are not changing the question. That's why we're multiplying by 1. So then 6 over root 3 times 1 is still 6 over root 3. But I'm going to change this 1 and write 1 as root 3 over root 3. Because isn't this still 1? Isn't something over itself still 1? Why did I choose root 3? Because the denominator is root 3. So whatever this denominator is, I'm going to write it over itself here. Okay, so that's a tip. Then I'm going to say this times this and this times this. So 6 times root 3 is 6 root 3. And root 3 times root 3 is simply 3. And now to simplify this, so if you had 6x over 3, I'm just doing something on the side. The answer would have been 6 over 3 is 2x. So you're going to do the same here. 6 over 3 is 2, but not x, root 3. So the answer is 2 root 3. So can you see there's nothing in the denominator? And there's also not a root in the denominator. So let's look at example 2. Example 2, you have a cube root. So with the square root, you multiply by 1 once. With a cube root, you do it twice. There you do it, and again. So 8 over the cube root of 2. This 1 will be changed to the cube root of 2 over the cube root of 2. Because isn't anything over itself still 1? Why did I choose that? Because this is the denominator. Then I just do it again. Cube root of 2 and cube root of 2. Okay, so I do it twice. Then I'm going to multiply now, eh? So I'm going to say 8 times this times this. So what does that give me? That is going to give me 8 times the cube root of 2 times 2. So I take 1 cube root and then 2 times 2. At the bottom, I'm going to have a cube root, but now I'm going to have 2 times 2 times 2. So it's this one, and that one, but all under a root. Let's simplify that quickly. Let's see. So this is 8 times the cube root of 4 over the cube root of 8. Now, 8 and the cube root of 4, that can't change. But the cube root of 8 is 2. So that gives me 2. And now I'm going to simplify. Can you see the denominator has been rationalized? There's no root. This 8 over 2 is 4. So the answer is 4. And the cube root of 4, which was this cube root of 4 over there. So that's how you do that question. Then number 3, let's write it down. Number 3 is 5 over 4 minus root 3. So can you notice, grade 11s? There are 2 terms in the denominator. When there are 2 terms in the denominator, you still multiply by 1. So I'm going to multiply by 1. But 5 over 4 root 3. I'm going to rewrite 1 as something over something. Now, when there's 2 terms, this is what we do. We multiply by the opposite sign. So it's the same term, but if this is a minus, this is a plus. So let's go. That was a minus. So we're going to multiply with a plus. So I'm going to have, it must be the same thing on top and at the bottom, because this must give me 1. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply. So I'm putting this in brackets and this. So it's going to be this times this and this times this. But on top, it's this. And at the bottom, it's this. So 4 minus root 3, 4 plus root 3. This is the difference of two squares. So the difference of two squares says that you can just do first times first and last times last. Why? Because the terms are exactly the same. And the signs, one is a minus, one is a plus. Okay, so we're going to do that. And we're going to remove the brackets here on top. I'm going to go 5 times 4 is 20. And then 5 times root 3 is like 5 times x is 5x. 5 times root 3 is 5 root 3. Over. Okay, now I'm going to do this times this is 16 minus this times this. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Okay, so can you see the denominator? There's no root, so we rationalize the denominator. So this is 20 plus 5 root 3. 16 minus 3 is 13. You have rationalized the denominator.